so I want to take
What the fuck?
back down memory lane to like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. And when Josh RT talked about Waylay, hello, Waylay. Do you think we're being trolled, maybe?
I'm guessing to A real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, my Discord is fucked off.
What happened?
I want to establish if you lie to me, Josh, our relationship tarnished forever. Just want to be very clear here.
I was looking at the tracker for Jojumo. He has had like 2 weeks since coming home from Masters Bangkok. Guess how many Waylay matches he's played?
Way too much.
It wouldn't let me like exit out it or minimize it or anything, and it was like stuck on the tab friend thing or whatever the fuck that is. I've never seen that before in my life.
Raise player in terms of movement in VCT Americas. There's a new movement agent. There's no one I would be more excited to watch debut Waylay for Americas than Jaw. Please let it be true.
Ladies got a point over there. Ladies got a point. All right, folks. Map 2 is going to be coming up right after this while these two continue to bicker. We'll see you on the other side.
Boobies.
What's wrong with your Discord?
Let's get right to it then. Yeah,
Is it wrong with your Discord? What is it?
For FURIA and G2.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
We haven't seen the Saint in a hot minute.
It's fine now.
There's been the one change.
Feels like a decade ago for some reason.
It's been a while ago. Even though it's been in the pool for pretty much the entire lifespan of the game.
Oh, by the way, don't queue Valorant like anytime soon until Reina comes back.
It feels odd to say, given how close it was on paper with the scoreline, but
Reina got removed, and now there's a bunch of geckos who can't even use geckos. There's a bunch of chambers that can't even use chambers. Ranked games just cast at the moment. You can't play the game.
And it kind of feels like you could have stolen a crucial map win for G2, right? I mean, now you're going on your map, Ascent, no momentum. At least you get to start on that defensive side, which, I mean, everybody knows Ascent is so defensive-sided. Even with the map change, it hasn't
whose map
that
is this?
much that I've experienced in ranked. You still know what you're going to get on this map of Ascent.
For sure, yeah. Most people know how to play it as well. If you've got an acute eye as well, you might be able to spot some spoilers in terms of that agent select. We'll be getting
Okay.
And I'm so excited to see
Whose map pick is this?
right now, specifically from the
This is Furious.
Yes, there it is!
Waylay and Vice.
This is something that Jorgamo has been putting countless hours into.
Oh yeah, he had 50 hours upon release. I mean, he was just non-stop grinding it on his streams. He still is, as a matter of fact. And I remember in an interview with him, with Pedro, he was talking about how, like, okay, if I want to be able to play this character, I have to make a case to Josh, my coach. I have to show him that, hey, this can actually be played. So I'm very excited to see him on this character. This is what makes G2 such a powerhouse team in Valorant, is the fact that they have really good adaptability. They're very creative with compositions as well, sometimes creating their own metas. So, I mean, let's see how things are going to get here on this map of Ascent. I'm very excited to see.
Is that the first Waylay pick or something?
Already all sorts of tech.
Yeah.
Waylay already been picked in China. Twice.
Oh, why does it count? That place is fictional.
But yeah, they're a better region than America at the moment, so.
But we do have a Yoru.
Never mind.
Trend in terms of what we would come to expect for Ascent as a map. FURIA as well, opting into something a little bit different. Obviously, all lines are going to be on Jorgamo on the Waylay with the amount of hours he's been putting in as well.
Oh my god.
In terms of that investment, that's half armor from absolutely everybody. G2 set the sights now over towards B main. It's going to be that clash. A bit of a rumble. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. That's a double dash forwards, and oh my! Not ready for that kind of pace.
At least G2's not bad on this map. Their map was the struggle.
An attempt at a punish there. Comes the succession there.
Good way Heat.
Evens it out.
I swear Heat used to be on crew.
I don't know. I don't watch anything other than that.
Now we're setting up for the post plant right now. 4 members alive. That door being closed. Shred barely escaping with his life.
There's been no slowdown. No break in the play here. The G2 at least going to be able to set themselves up into the post now.
Kill Berlin or Trent and the game's over. Don't give me over like. Fury is done. Guaranteed.
for a few of these Furia players. Jump in, right click and see that they can get lucky with a straight
Wait.
on Khalil. One more bullet will do it. Furia need to hit some shots and they need it now. In through and wide. Rafa just not accounting for it. He with the peak. Khalil from the side leaves it down. It's that 1v1. With the damage done, you got to think Valen's favored round and wide. Pistol round gained and granted here for G2. But my God, man.
If this is the type of ascent we're in for today, I'm all for it. I mean, the old meta is so dull, so boring. You already know what's going to be happening. The explosiveness that we just saw from both sides, honestly, even the retake of Furia was looking pretty nice. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath today on this map of Ascent. But we're already seeing very creative things from the side of G2. That Waylay going all the way into market, recalling backwards while an A hit was coming through. I mean, very, very cool stuff that we're seeing. Very creative from the side of G2.
Who's playing up this map? Or this match?
If you're Furia, you're not used
I don't know.
Okay, it's one way to deal with it.
I saw it earlier. I'm not watching it.
Just trying to jump past and disrespect that one way.
MIBR versus Liv. I'm watching that one.
He gets out too. Unreal. Very aggressive angle taken here from Heat as well. I mean, I was kind of having some questions in my brain. You know, how is he going to play now that he's on, you know, the Sentinel role again? Because he was on Clove on the last map, the pseudo duelist. How is he going to play this Vice here? It looks like he's still playing aggressive.
Yeah, it's an eco, so he's going to be disrespecting, taking forward positions.
Oh, I think he heard something. Yeah, he's got to get out of here. Wait for his team to rotate.
Luckily for G2, they did reclaim that Guardian.
One suppressed.
Knife on the side. He's going to be spotted out. You can follow the sound cues if you are Fury, but how do you disrespect the util? The answer is you don't really. Dodging and weaving past it. One through the back of the side of the team trying to take a swing. Oh my God,
Havoc. Oh, the ace went.
The 4-piece from Havoc. He gets the first in A main, TP's out. It was full disrespect. And the look on your face right now says it all.
I mean,
are you in front or are you behind or wasting time?
Look at this. This is the start that we see.
Wasting that moment.
5 seconds.
Full distraction from the player in the back, Heat. He was the forefront there, falling all the way back, buying enough time for his team to make it there, and that's a big, big round win. An eco round win from Furia. Something that is so hard to do against a team like G2 who are so methodical in their approach.
the temperature's been turned all the way up, hasn't it? Yeah. There's no slowing down between both of these teams here. Flash out towards A main, Jogamo. Vacuums up the orb and a deep double push down through mid. Just spotting it, round to the side here, Leaf. He's lucky to be alive. 4 bullets left as well, but that TP back, so Havoc's just getting out, and he's putting up and turning up the heat, man. Wants to try and take these fights straight to them. Classic in hand. Jogamo could not refract back. Not to safety here, but a red swing again from Leaf. It's relentless.
Just fighting non-stop. They do not care that they have full advantage in the round, that they're up numbers.
Just spotting the top of the head. There's more than a haircut given away here. Out towards Tars. Rafa cleans it up. But listen, Dre, this is more like a paper escape, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not stopping.
It's fighting everywhere at all fronts. And it doesn't have to make sense for the side of Furia. If this is what they think is the recipe for success, it has worked so far. But you have to imagine on a gun round where when G2 have, you know, more utility in play, actual
There's one thing I would say about G2 is they HP up good players, like the most consistent ones.
Can be so great. Look at Havoc already having an operator on play.
They could take like a 20-year vacation, come back, and still be the best players.
I mean, that op is important.
So much
G2.
And again, B main aggression this time. A third member. Oh.
Just anticipating it. Already here in the jump spot prior, Khalil. Going for a bite of the apple there. Leaf with the clean up onto Rafa on top of it. So equalized out ever so slightly, but not quite. Furia still with the player advantage, just by 1.
And for G2, you having to deal with B main aggression, mid aggression, and A main aggression. Like you can't hold it all, right? No. Like, I wonder at what point you're gonna see G2 maybe just clump up, use that KO knife up close, and just full W key. The difference
that is a Valorant wall moment.
The right side to hit.
Incredibly wide swing. Leaf sense an opportunity to potentially punish Prize. Just a onto that angle. Shock dart. I don't know where the hell that one's going, but Havoc needs to just be watching onto this position. The smoke gets them in. G2 wave away. Path for success, but his shots are hitting, rattling wide. Jonah P. Instant answer in through the back of the side. And he has the spike in hand, but against this many players, just so damn unlikely. 3-1 by Furia. No slowing.
Honestly, if G2 can get like 5 rounds this half, then they should be good for defense.
Are they gonna start off
Might be defo
shaky
defense
because they
sided.
lost the last map? So far, it's just been aggression on aggression. And to hit op shots like this after he didn't really have an op in his hands at all in the last map, I mean, that shows the mechanical talent of why Havoc is here. A player that started so rough in this league, playing the KO and dropping what, like 1 kill?
That's all of them, man. Holy.
I mean, now he's sitting at 8-1 with his own Your Ultimate online that he can use for whatever he wants. And a new setup here. KO is on Cat.
G2 with mass pings in mid as well. They're using all the utility at their disposal. Hoping for an early catch.
Yeah, trying to catch out Havoc, probably, who walked all the way down mid in the previous round.
Heat is purely disrespecting him though as well. He's playing ahead of his util constantly.
He does not care, but with doing so, he baits out so much utility.
Exactly.
Look at how much G2 had to invest. Proactivity in mid now from the side of Furia. Can they catch out Jogamo here?
Still Garden. It's going to overlay on top. Catches all the corners here. Prize is trying to play onto site here.
Wow.
Rafago re-exploring in through the side as well, but not accounting for Jorg. Slipped his way in through market. Got himself an upgrade into the process. Do you want to try and make your way in? Yeah, Flash is picture perfect almost. Jonah P. The Sheriff bullet straight to the dome of Prize. Takes him out. Paranoia sweeping wide. Jorgamo's a menace at this point. Thorn in their sides that they just cannot remove.
Wow, even dodging an op shot.
Rafa slowly clearing out Leaf. He's the only win condition now for this retake.
Needs one more. Jorg back to multiple players. Now swing in sight. Jorg is just a menace. One-man army.
And that was the plan from the start of the round. He was one of the only players that have a rifle in his hands. Takes all of that mid control, and that was the biggest gap in Furia's defense. There was a little bit of sound made on reclear that gives Jaw the Q to all of a sudden wrap all the way around as the site is coming through. And although it was a tricky round by inside G2, the utility Vice Ultimate, they smothered the B players. And momentum now shifts back into the hands of G2. Jogamo picking up that operator.
Up v up.
And it's actually a perfect gun to use with the playstyle that Furia has been doing on this map. Oh, there's that.
Bro, they're probably getting punished for going mid. That's crazy.
Ahead of the smoke coming up, but there's that coverage and a flash forwards. Yeah, spotted it. Just the shoulder. TP back and away. It's from Havoc.
KO ultimate used pretty early on here.
Yeah, it's going to be sweeping out wide.
I think they were trying to catch out Havoc.
And Jogamo, he's still accounted, but
He's just the better opera.
At the same time as Zach Khalil. Deep push and disrespect in through A main.
He's only glitching.
Still player advantage here for G2, and they're, I think, trying to get a bit of a control on the tempo of this game because
it's been so fast-paced.
Scrappy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow,
Now they're
timing.
just starting to punish Furia on all cylinders.
Okay.
I mean, Valen connecting on every single shot, and this is what I'm talking about. This operator to close it out. It's actually
This is an average ascent gameplay right here.
You can completely hold
Opping.
now, get the first kill, dip out. I mean,
Is it even the audience or is the op?
And that KO ultimate, it was used to try to catch out Havoc.
They keep taking mid, so they can't. The enemies can't use an Odin.
Thought that he hadn't TP'd out earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Offloaded. It didn't matter though.
Yeah.
Jorgo was still accounting for the re-peak.
Once you get the angle, like once you get an aggressive angle like that with that operator, it just puts the advantage totally in your hands. And now, Furia have to take a time out, understand, okay, the aggression has stopped working. Let's chill out a little bit and maybe play a site setup, Bren. Maybe. Because so far, G2, they've dealt with that storm.
Yeah, it's been caution. Exactly, caution to the wind.
Oh, never mind. That would have been too far.
What?
I was gonna say something really bad.
They've been winning the fights out, and they made it scrappy enough that G2 were
How bad would it be?
to get that handle.
Like-
Rounds, but now G2 are finally.
Yeah, what great poise as well. Like that's
Pretty
not
bad.
From 1 to
We saw
10,
something similar in the last
10
map
being
where
cancelled, 1 being
Josh had to burn 2
how
timeouts
hard
to
is
deal
it?
with that storm, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that Valen is able to adapt on the fly like that, I mean, that's such a great leadership skill that he has.
I wouldn't get canceled for it. It's just messed up.
Ultimate online.
Oh.
Omen
Didn't say
online
it.
as well. Rafa
No.
does have a KO up, but I mean, look at the weaponry. Like Havoc is on a Bucky.
Come on, if you don't know you cancel, just say it.
Not dimensional drift.
Somebody give him a gun, man.
Well, listen, the ult.
Yeah, I know, but man, give it
Fuck
to him
you.
for the retake. Maybe let him start off with a good gun. You know?
I get what you mean.
This guy, I mean, that 4K was nothing to be, you know, ashamed of. It was crazy. And now it's just.
And the Fury is looking aggressive, but like, they're just holding forward aggression as spots they're doing now.
The TP Havoc's got his aim trained on it.
We've got 2 for B. We've got Juggernaut up in.
Yeah, contact, walk up here. A lot of utility being committed to take this B main. Twice flash. Perfect
Wrong spot,
time
buddy.
to not only get out, but deny some of that B main space.
I think it's on the pipe, isn't it?
It was on the left side of the wall, but obviously picked it up again.
The whole map is still in play.
Okay, that was not 20 seconds, bro. How have you got to have a flash?
You have no info, no
When you flash and you take it back, you have to wait 20
That's the interesting
seconds.
part about the shift in meta, not running that cipher, not running that killjoy. You don't have guaranteed information on these.
But we
spots
flashed
anymore.
twice in like 10 seconds.
Exactly right.
They probably pulled it.
Opportunities. It's gonna be that slow.
Yeah, put it into 20 seconds, get a break into 40.
It's making a lot of noise. He's the only one to do it.
Yeah, but everyone else is
Squeezed
geared up
here.
towards B main.
That's Havoc with the ult. He's at his back. Does he want to choose to jump? Not quite. G2 instead are going to be setting the sights now over towards this A side prize and opportunity. Nobody's watching this smoke. He could just slip past the gap and see if he can find an opening, but they're just being torn asunder. Okay, what is that?
This is doing on my ranked games today, bro. We're in the lead and this is what happens.
Filthy shot from Leaf. He had no right winning that aim
Just
duel.
save, bro. There's no PK winning this
All
one.
the space in mid that has been gathered by G2. I mean, all they're left to do is leave Jaw on an island there. But he's so confident in his talent, even with an op walking up to re-clear all that space. It's like they just know that it's weak for Furia. I mean, everyone from the side of Furia, once that B main pressure is there, is looking there. Completely distracted.
Spotting the shoulder.
Cool tech right there.
Gone for another set of plays. That's a classic.
Okay.
And then Havoc's doing all that.
See, give him a rifle, man.
Yeah.
Give
all
the man a rifle.
Let him loose. See what he can do, but G2 now taking this lead. It feels like we just started this map and we're already into round
Getting 2 is crazy.
8 itself.
What a complete swing of just momentum and a shift in play. Furia just.
I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of either of these comps.
Just completely taking things into their own hands, putting the fight on G2.
Like Vice, I see what we're using Vice, but Cypher's still better than Vice for this one.
And now, G2 weathering that storm, getting a little confidence.
Rayleigh, I don't know. It's a bit too soon to
Playing
judge.
that macro game that they know they're good at.
Attack side off is a good option as well.
Oh, it's so good.
The amount that, as we've been mentioning, Heat and Khalil have been just disrespecting A main, B main control, peeking into it alone.
You can see it now on the minimap. I mean, everyone's scared to peek these really deep angles now.
Yeah.
And yes, there's a little bit more aggression from the side of Fury in mid. They understand that that is a huge gap that has been being abused time and time again from G2. But it's just not going to be good enough. I mean, he's going to get overwhelmed. There's too much utility in play. With the extremities being taken, I mean, it makes it kind of obvious that there might be players in mid now.
Cannot get suppressed in this spot. Luckily, the spines are not going his way.
I mean, that off just almost ringing a bell into Rafa's brain.
Scary business.
Yeah, he had to fall all the way back, but B site is the name of the game for G2.
Here it is. Gonna be a wall in the face here, George.
I don't know if I'm going to watch the split game if we end up getting split.
See what happens here. Conversion pass in
I'll
and
be
over,
honest.
over around the top. It's a steel guard, no drop down. Jorg's only got a short. He's blinded. Oh boy, it doesn't even
Aren't you gonna watch the other game?
That's mincemeat
I don't
into the
know.
back of the side and with
Like, I
Leeds
kind of
short.
want to,
It's a
but
side wide open. You have to choose
I don't
to
know.
take that refract back.
See how I feel after this game,
Fury
like this
from
map.
Rise has to be offloaded. Anything to try
Like,
and slow them down and get Furia in.
this one is not any content or like any fun. I'm actually getting bored watching
Dominating the
this.
position. Perched up just
I'm
outside
chilling.
the market.
I'm finna play GTA though.
This is making the EMA games like more fun.
What a warrior. Just swinging everybody alone, holding market down.
And they're
himself,
supposed to
but
have
how
the
cool
best
is that
content. EA is supposed to have
Oh
the
my goodness,
weird
all the
comps.
utility. And I mean, Joshua
Specific
wanted
supposed to have
to
like
show
better
anyway,
team
but
rivalries.
the Vice All doesn't
And then
really do
China, I
anything.
don't know yet. I haven't really watched China too much.
He's
There's a
just
lot of layers to
floating.
that.
I can't even imagine being
Like Jorgamok
being
does
heat
not
that
care
moment.
about being separated by his team by the wall in that spot.
No,
He's
not
got the
at all.
refract to get back.
Yeah, if he has to, he doesn't even have to in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, Prize. He's getting hunted right now, and he gets one tapped by Trent. Oh my goodness. the space that this attack site operator has been giving G2 has just made it so easy for them to just set up for that site execute. There's no more disruption, and yeah, there's a vice wall to kind of separate the main pack from Jogamo here, but when you have the ultimates in your favor and you're just floating in the air, like, you just can't do anything.
Tense's mouse finally releases.
Yeah, he knows those shots were nice. I mean, you could just tell Leaf, he's just been such a crucial part of this G2's squad success.
Looks cool, but it's not.
Josh switching him over to that Sentinel role, understanding that, I mean, you basically have another duelist in play.
Yeah, there's a lot.
He can take 1v1s anytime he wants, and he's always favored, it feels like.
Very intelligent player as well. He's willing to fill in the gaps as well where he can find them.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's a setup like this from the side of G2 where he's on an island, but I mean, how many times have we seen him get punished? I feel like barely any. And now G2, Valen calling another great read. Nobody here. I mean, yeah, there's Vice utility to delay, but look at,
yeah, straight in, up and over the top there with the salvos as well. It's a big clearance. Leaf was tested there, outside.
Caster's curse.
Yep. He was being, I think, approached by 3 of the players, so he's going to be making that call. Sight opened up. The wall, though, slows them down to a degree. The door needs to be closed. So Trent's going to make sure they've got control of that one. Rafa, wait a second, wrapping around here. That's Valen dropped off onto the side. It's a 3v5 now. It's the best chance in a long while that FURIA have had to get around here into this map. You can't let it slip just yet. Drone open over the top there. Heat wall popped open and out, and that's damage straight down and around. Dart revealing all straight through the wall. Jonah P got to back away at this point. It's a 1v4. You're getting overwhelmed.
Yeah, save that operator. You know it's been giving you so much success, and you don't want to put that in the hands of Havoc either. We saw that nice 3K that he had to close out one of the rounds. And a good job from FURIA. I mean, taking advantage of Leaf being on an island. Yeah, he kind of got overwhelmed. He got swarmed there. But then taking it a step further, Rafa taking that flank against Valen, not giving any space for G2 to kind of even the numbers in that moment. It was a pretty cool execute from the side of G2. I mean, if anybody was
Been 244 days since we've seen Ascent on the VCT America stage. Good to know. It's almost a year.
Switching Heat over towards that A site when he's just been playing out towards.
But actually, that's kind of crazy actually. 244 days, because the map came back recently. It was gone for 60 days. So somehow, for 200 something days, teams have been banned in Ascent. Sure can't be true though. I swear Ascent played it when they qualified for Madrid champs.
I mean, he has an operator in his own hands right now.
I don't know.
Proactivity though from Khalil.
Yeah, there's fights to be taken. Paranoia up in your face. Khalil not favored into that spot. Balance easily finding it. Hold on.
You didn't hit him at all.
Getting this man. Dodging, juking most of the way forwards. Havoc from on high. It's looking to rain down bullets. Got the operator. Got the.
Havoc really said, "Nah, it's fine. You keep that up, we'll buy this up."
Play this one a bit more passively. Needs to buy time for the rest of his team to get into the fight. Buy time for this late lurk that's occurring. Rafa. Pressure now, bit of a clearance in through tree.
And this time, no late flank coming all the way around. Yeah, easy shot for Leaf to clean up Havoc in the 1v1. I mean, he's already primed on that angle. And it's just done. I mean, you're not breaking through this defensive setup, this post plant. And Rafa is trying to catch out any people exiting here, but that side hold this time, everybody staying in, nobody worrying about the flank right there.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's just the new compositions as well and how uncomfortable these teams are, I think, playing it maybe. Because, you know, when Ascent's played for so long with a Sova, Killjoy, there's certain... you just expect things to be the way they are, right? Alarm bot in mid, Sova's going to dart, and the drone
so
to clear out an opera in mid. The comp change-ups, it allows gaps, but it is different things to account for. And I'm not sure if that's the reason we're seeing it being this scrappy. Or if it's just both of these teams seeking to opt in.
Can't lie, watching Jogamo play Waylay kind of makes me want to go and play Waylay.
Even still, feels back and forth.
Yeah, that round was a fast cat split. I mean, with Valen being the only person in A main. Had Khalil not whiffed his first bullet, he doesn't get paranoid there, and he gets the kill.
Okay, Jorg's still doing work. I think that's just a jump spot that he was spotting up towards Cat there, maybe just off of timing.
We got to get a replay on that. That must have been so quick.
Yeah.
And now they just freeze because they know every single time FURIA are down numbers, they go for peaks.
They go for peaks like Khalil's doing here. Yeah, and you've got the read there, Dre.
G2 have downloaded Furia.
I know they're gonna rotate back A, so they're gonna hit B.
So impressive.
Just needs to wait for this op to get off the angle.
Squeeze down, apply that pressure with an early pickoff. They just wait it out. Furia are the ones that have to make the moves.
That dagger being used. G2 know that doesn't connect on anybody. That's why you see Valen doubling back. He might want to show a little bit more pressure here. Ice Flash doesn't connect on Havoc though.
White face.
Wow.
Just ridiculous. Swings into it. Havoc's no more.
Seen off 8-4 half.
Prize was back to the wall.
They leave? No way.
There's push and pull. About 30 seconds left into the round here. Now, if Rafa was holding a 4 position, there would be some danger here for G2 to be making a maneuver like this, but...
Who's the IGL for G2?
Valen.
Valen.
Most of the way on top of it.
Is it Valen or is it Valen?
And he's entering with an off.
Valen, I think.
Nice pick.
Nice shot.
I would say Valen. Valen.
No, perfect call from Valen. Like, let's just...
Oh yeah, it's
let's just
Valen.
say it how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the knife that...
An IGL for Furia, I think
as soon as Leaf gets that entry, now they're definitely rotating.
Prize, I think.
You have a free A site. It was a masterclass of a round, honestly. What a great call from Valen.
Yeah, because Furia, I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to Furia's comp. I've never known like he's been in that team for a long time. I don't have it been there for like years, but
because that's what he's going for at this point. I mean, he cleared out all of hell with an op. Like,
he's happy to take point with it.
Yeah, he's on a different level right now.
Yeah. I think the threat of this util as well, just like running the Tejo. Yeah, all of these util combos as well. It's almost the threat of it means you can't play on site.
You can't, and maybe that's why Furia, but most likely that's why Furia were approaching the early game with all that aggressive fighting. They didn't want to get
kind of rooting for G2 here.
We get to watch over it, see how quick this was.
No, it's just a bit of spam. The smoke's dropping down and he's like, okay, well, I'm anticipating a peek. That's insanity.
Honestly, he handled that a lot better than I would in that moment.
Yeah.
I would have been raging, maybe a death slam.
Well, it feels like we just got started on Ascent. We're already last round of the first half. Here it is. Push off and away. Try and take B main control as the goal for G2.
Yeah, because of how the previous rounds have went, I mean, the string of rounds G2 have accumulated, you are able to use a double op in the beginning of this round. I'm sure there's a rifle drop somewhere in the back of spawn that Leaf can pick up, or Jogamo.
Cool. Out in the open. Attempted a bailout. These are flashes flying forwards, but Rafa is still isolated on an island down towards the bottom section.
Crispy.
And Valen's quick to take him out of the picture. Wall baited out on top of it. It's the slow siege that G2 are so good at.
Yeah, a lot rides on Havoc right now to try
Their attack is better on this map than it was their own.
For the side of Furia, he does have that operator in hand.
Means it's saying if you go right comp, like do that right. They've got the best mic for this map. It's not questionable. They got initiate what can damage and ruin the life of our sentinels. I got basically perfect comp.
Wait. Oh my god.
I was like, who the fuck got the back here? I saw someone knife.
See if we can pick up the pieces into this one. Double face up, but he's
no way, Lee. There's no way.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
How?
He is so damn good.
What the heck?
Tracking him the entire way through, even through the wall.
Even with a cheese shotgun, they can't win, bro.
You would think it back to the face would do it, demoralize the enemy. Belief is too sharp.
Imagine getting a knife kill on Sully's around.
Smile, it's timeless. A stolen round from G2 right at the very end.
Absolutely unreal stuff overall as well. We're going to set it down to the floor as well. We got Dryad standing by with Hammy, G2 co-streaming it, seeing his team doing work.
That's right, I'm here with G2 Hammy, and this match has been insane. Hammy, we saw this back and forth on the first map as well. It was a crazy comeback for G2. Were you worried for a second, or was it all chill?
I was not worried in the slightest, actually. We've seen G2 play Lotus plenty of times. Nothing new. I was not surprised. Even if it was a 10-11 1/2, was not worried in the slightest.
Yeah.
appreciate you.
And something that you talked about, because we heard some hot takes from you that were not really hot takes, because you were talking about Giacomo being one of the best duelists, or actually the best duelist. Now you're seeing him on Waylay. What are your thoughts?
I mean, like, are we surprised? He's just the GOAT. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised in the slightest. I mean, him on a Waylay, put him on anybody, he'll fry.
Anybody that can match him? Not really, right?
Do you think the players can hear his interview?
And also, once you're streaming,
I don't know.
where are the moments where you're
So Mike's arguing us pick up the audience crowd,
when you're seeing these,
and he's speaking to a mic was going into obviously the stream and also going into the studio. Like,
honestly, I mean, I'm always just
you
like,
know.
I always see G2 like when they're playing, they're just like, they're always putting on a show regardless. Like nonetheless, like yeah, I'm stressing sometimes, but they also like always manage to pull through. It was pretty hard at you know, as we've seen at Bangkok and stuff like that. But hey, we'll win Toronto. It don't matter.
You know, they stress us out just a little bit once in a while, but they always win at the end, so it's all good. Thank you so much, Hammy. Bringing us in there back to you guys.
G2 are just in control, really. 8-4 finish with how rapid it was at the beginning of all of this. And, you know, we kind of started this map highlighting Jorg. He's putting in the hours onto the Waylay, putting in work. He's top fragging for his team as well, 13-6.
There's a bit of a running joke there where Giacomo gets to finally bait his team. And he's been talking about this amongst one another. And I mean, we get to see what happens when that's the case. He's 13-6. He's sitting at the top. It must feel nice for him to be able to, you know, be the first guy and the second guy in this time around.
Escapes the Euro jail slightly. Normally he's the bait at the end of the stick there. He's taking contact up through mid, and a lot of disrespect here by Fury. They've already vacuumed up control of market.
Yeah, but now is where the protocols of G2 come into effect. So you got the Thorns, you got the Flash here to delay even extra. Giacomo here on the quick rotate.
Yeah, just spotting out Utila, including these players. The Flash is good with the connection. Okay, Crash. Back to safety for Havoc. Still alive here. Furia not leaving though. And there's an instant trade-off as Leaf is dropped. And now trying to get themselves into the side. What a call! With a push.
Yes.
Perfect setup and play by Jonah P.
Yes, GG's. This is the G2 map.
Tears them asunder.
Rough on this flank though. He's gonna see 4 members.
It's been watched for to double up as well. These players accounting for it.
Furia crumbled.
Not long for this world, is he? And he dropped down just to 20 health. Players know where he is.
I didn't even know you could throw that on the ground.
Exactly what to watch for.
Yeah.
Then again, I haven't even played her.
You never played her and you never seen anyone use her on your NA lobbies, bro.
And then playing off of Leaf.
Everyone thinks Vice is awful control. The thing I hate, right, is everyone thinks silent agents are awful, but once someone uses it in a pro match, it's like, oh, no, man, this character's actually good.
Really, really risky, but I mean, he knows his limits on this agent. He looks so good at it already. All that time he's been putting in, it's paying off right here. What an insane performance from him.
A lot of Utah going to be laid down here by G2.
Yeah, they want that B main control. They even grab the orb on top of it. Oftentimes, the attacking side will try to get orbs of their own on their eco rounds, you know, just try to get something out of nothing. A little bit of denial this time around, and maybe retake on A.
Jonah P overstaying ever so slightly there and swinging out with a Spectre. Not quite the weapon at hand, but he's got the Thorns to supplement, so I'm going to be stepping past that line. Rafa accounted for.
What is that Vice for?
But there's a gaps to play.
Ooh,
Leaf was not
crazy.
Nice shot. Paranoia is going to get a lot of value. Oh, goes flow for
Honestly, if I was Leaf, I wouldn't expect that either.
Pride's got to be careful.
Great delay.
The damage done to him as well. He's been softened up to just 21 health.
Yeah, trying to get position.
It's gonna be good.
But at this point, put in the slow squeeze onto these players. The post-line positioning just not quite ideal. Heat is doing well. Still double dash up and over. That's just for the info as well. Spotting it out, and I believe they have spotted it. Smoke propped up. Heat has escaped to the confines. Sky's the warden.
Just dashing around, recalling into heaven, getting a spam kill, and then holding. You look so comfortable on this character. This is such a cool thing to watch so far. Furia, they almost did it. You thought for a second if they got that spike planted, maybe if the salvos weren't in play, maybe they would have had a chance on this retake. But as soon as those salvos come out and the plant is denied, yeah, G2 are already in good positions to get that retake going. Heat, although he landed some really, really nice shots into that round, it's just not enough. Let's see, it will be the first gun round here, and if you look at the economy of G2, I mean, that is not looking too
Surely they don't pull a G2.
Let's see what Leaf can cook up here, though.
It's not a deadly bonus round, but they are just going full steam ahead.
Now G2 gets one more round, right? And
It's over.
They're gonna C9 it.
They're just not shooting back.
Or aiming.
Heat is punished for his hubris. 2 players drop down. These are weapons now that you've handed over to the opposition. G2, as weak as this bonus was, it doesn't matter. They work magic across the battlefield.
So filthy.
I've never seen Prize or Khalil lose this, because I've literally never seen any of the games.
It's just insanity.
I've seen them lose it last game.
4v2, 5v2 retake. Yeah, it's heroics.
Needs to be.
Wait.
Prize is giving you a lifeline, but can you do anything else with it? Khalil left into that 1v1.
Wait.
The potential is there. Joggermo half already sticking this one all the way through. Paranoia has to get off of it. But Wincon's to be bored, earned out, swinging wide and out, but bullets to the dome. That is unbelievable.
Oh.
I told you, I've not seen him lose it. Yeah, I might just. I'm not about watch this. I might just end the stream and just go to some Valorant, honestly. As much as I didn't really like entertaining at all.